Hello again, and that's not a deja vu. It's not the same tutorial. You're not experiencing the same thing over and over and over again. There is no glitch in the matrix. I'm just showing you like just a little. Wanted to elaborate on the tool that I was showing you in the previous tutorial, and specifically to show how it can work with, say, hair fuzz. Most people, have a little bit of hairs and fuzz on their body, and that includes, males, females, and kids, and even infants. People have that stuff. It's one of the things that, one of the main things that we can be identified as mammals is hair. So, anyways, here we have a little bit of dark hair, a little bit of light hair. Here's a little bit of darkish, so that's the way just the light falls on the hair. And of course, most clients really don't like it and really want me to get rid of it. I see nothing wrong with it, but when I'm trying to make people happy and they're paying me money, then that's what I do. So once again, so this is an area that I'm going to be working with. So how do I retouch this? First, I'm just going to create a new layer. I actually have it shortcutted. I just press F2 and it creates me a little heel layer. All it is a new layer with a mask already there and already name heel applied to it. So first I'm going to heal a few things here. So I'm actually going to use the soft heal brush, which is a healing brush that is soft, meaning the hardness is selected there. It's aligned and sample is current and below. So what I do with this is I will just remove the major offenders, so the big ones. So I'm not gonna go over every single hair, and just the one that stands out the most on both sides. The ones that I don't want to deal with a little later. So here we are. They're just the main offenders. They're gone. Now I can do a few nose hair while I'm at it. Anyways, so here we go. The main offenders are removed, and now we're gonna do with this guy in mass. So what I do is, once again, I create a new layer, and we're gonna call this one area fix or something. Now we're gonna go to low flow stamp. That's the same tool that I used to work on the scar and the under eye in the previous tutorial. But there's going to be one little change. So we still do current and below. It's still aligned. It's still hardness is it's soft. However, I'm going to do one little thing. I'm going to change the mode to lighten. Why? Is because, as you can see, these hairs are a little darker, and I want to slightly lighten just that area. I don't really want to affect the skin around it too much. Now, this is not a completely foolproof mode, meaning it probably will still lighten the skin there underneath just a little bit, but it will do less of that with the lighten mode switched on. So, and then I select the area here. This is where I'm going to be copying from, and I'm just lightening and just eliminating. That's it. There we go. Once again, it has to be one smooth motion, otherwise you're gonna blur the hell out of that area. And by mistake, no, it's all good. Here we are, before and after. As you can see, there's a little bit of lightening on the skin around it, but really not that much. Another way, this area, so I worked only over here, but there's a little section of pores that are slightly darker over there, and I can get rid of them just the same way while I still have it all set up. And here you go, the pores are gone. If you feel like you over lightened it, now here you go. So we're gonna select, I'm gonna make a group, we'll call it right side. It's my right side, that is, it's her left, but and you can see the before and after. I do like to leave a little bit of stuff left, so basically my goal is not to eliminate them completely and replace it with pores. Once again, it's like I want to make it less, make the client happy without completely turning them into plastic. Now, if you're not quite happy with some part of it, you can just mask the whole group. You can just mask the whole group, and whatever, like back and forth. If you don't like something, like maybe I thought that this is right here, there's a little spot that really didn't need anything, I'll just take a black low flow brush, which is low flow, black paintbrush, see where that spot is again, and just bring it back. So mask it away, the area that I don't want. Here we are. Now, if I was to do it on the other side, then guess what? The opposite. We're gonna, instead of lighten, we're gonna darken. So I'm gonna show you that. So we're gonna create a new layer. Once again, I'm gonna take a low flow stamp, change the normal to darken, and then find I'll be cloning from the area that is the closest to tonalities, where the skin underneath is roughly the same tones as the skin under the hairs. So here it is actually there's slight differences in color as well, but I can fix it later with a color layer. So in the meantime, let's just get rid of this one. That's going to be the easiest for me. So we'll take it, and since we're darkening, there we are. One quick motion before and after. As you can see, the skin underneath has not changed much, but the hairs were slightly darkened and became less apparent in that little area. Mission accomplished. That's what I really wanted to. And then I could keep going like that, obviously, with the rest of the hairs. So that's how that process works. Once again, because you have to do it in one smooth motion, I think it's perfectly okay to go slightly overboard. Meaning, like, say if I was going over here, over this area. Once again, it has to be one smooth motion. And we're getting rid of the lighter. So, and I went a little overboard, it's overlightened everything. So I would just create a mask, take a black low flow brush, and just start bringing back the stuff that when I overboard. The reason is I think it's okay to go slightly overboard at first is because once you realize it, it's very easy to just mask away. But still, at the same time, you still do it in one smooth motion, the whole stamping process. Because as I mentioned in the previous tutorial, if you try to do it on more than one motion, you'll end up blurring the area too much, and it will become very obvious that you retouch that area, which is not the goal ever, for me at least. All right, hopefully you found this helpful as well. Thank you again.